Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you want life coaching or mentoring, go check out my website at skyazrael.com. Let's talk about your freedom of speech at the workplace. Now, within your First Amendment rights is also included your freedom of expression, and it seems like over the last 20 years, 10 years in particular, that employers, both at small businesses and corporations, especially corporations, have relaxed on appearance, your fashion, your tattoos, your hair, your facial hair. There used to be pretty strict rules with that stuff, and people used to get away with all kinds of discrimination when I was younger. But it seems to be pretty relaxed. Freedom of speech, however, what you say, the words, apparently are being police forced in a strange way, and there's this weird gray area, and that's what I want to talk about. I mean, we know that when we're at the job, when you're on the premises of your job, you know, you have to watch your mouth, so to speak, right? We all know that. There's a code of conduct. You have to act respectful. You don't want to curse or, you know, whatever. We all know how to have a job. But what I find fascinating is over the last 10 years, I guess, that what you do at home when you're off the clock seems to really make a big difference. And you could be fired for it. Even if it wasn't while you were employed at the business. For example, with Jon Gruden, the coach of the Raiders, who was fired. He went from Oakland to Las Vegas. He got fired. He had emails back and forth between him and a friend who was somewhere in the staff of the Washington Redskins. Jon Gruden at the time was working as a broadcaster for whatever network, maybe Fox, I'm not sure what network. He wasn't employed by the NFL the time that he was sending back and forth these emails. So he was working as a media personality, employed by some network, and sending emails back and forth to an employee of the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins have been under investigation for a bunch of reasons. That's how these emails came out. Nonetheless, in those emails, there was some racial jokes, which weren't really even that bad. It was kind of funny, but they're racial jokes, just between him and his buddy. This wasn't posted on Twitter or Facebook. This was in private email. And then there was also some disparaging remarks in there against, I believe, Roger Goodell, or whatever his name is, the commissioner of the NFL. Saying he's a punk and all kinds of shit. He's calling him a sissy and whatever, calling him every name you can think of. But it's just private stuff between him and his buddy. Somehow these emails came out when Jon Gruden, years later, when Jon Gruden had gotten a coaching job with the Raiders in Las Vegas. He had been the Raiders coach, and the Raiders brought him back as a returning coach. And now he's once again employed by the NFL, and somehow these old emails came out. Well, long story short with Gruden, he was fired for those emails. And he's been canceled. He wasn't just fired, his career was destroyed. The guy's one of the best coaches that's ever lived, and you'll never see his face again in the media. He probably can't even go down to his local movie theater or a restaurant without being yelled at by liberals and social justice warriors for being a racist and a misogynist and all these various things that they thought from his old emails. Now, maybe he is those things. I don't know. I'm not trying to defend him. Nonetheless, they were private emails that he sent to his buddy before he was even employed with the NFL. He wasn't even employed by the NFL when the emails were sent. But when they came out, he was. And they fired him for it. And I think that you could find a bunch of cases like this where people are fired for what they say off the clock. Even if it is on social media, what you said in Twitter, what you said on Facebook, at home, these are your friends, between you and your friends, and you're tweeting back and forth funny comments about a particular topic that you guys are going off on, and your boss sees it and pulls you into the office and scolds you for it, threatens to fire you if you keep talking that shit. This isn't the type of culture that we have here at this company. Are you kidding? But this is a gray area. This is happening. And there doesn't seem to be any real precedent. It seems to be kind of just up to the choice of the corporation. My solution for all this, because I don't want to just make a video complaining, is if you work for a company that is monitoring your social media, quit. Find a job that does not monitor your social media. Quit. That's the solution. I don't think you should be worried about getting fired. The buddy at the gym that was talking about this with me, and he's worried about some of the stuff he's been posting and his status at his job. Let him fire you or quit. You should probably have a different job. If you're worried about your boss snooping on your private life, you should quit. And those types of jobs should be pushed out of the marketplace. Those businesses, those employers that have businesses like that should fail as businessmen, and their businesses should go under and fail in a capitalist society because we choose not to work at those types of places. No employees, no business. They have no right to pry into your private life. It's all about how you perform. I don't care what my employee thinks or believes. I don't care who he voted for. It could be somebody different. They could have complete opposite beliefs as me. From religion to politics to everything. They don't even like the same TV shows. What would any of that matter? Makes no difference. It's all about how you perform. And if you're a good employee, that's all that should matter. When you're getting a job, it's not just an interview for the employer to find out who you are. It's a chance for you to interview the employer and find out what kind of culture of work place that you're actually getting involved with. And are you going to fit? It's a buyer's market, so to speak. As an employee, you have the advantage. You can make demands on your salary and on your benefits and on simple things like, I don't want you trolling my Twitter. No, I'm not giving you my Facebook password. They're asking for passwords now. So I think it's necessary to push back on it and to retain some of your privacy, your private life, to be able to keep separate who you are outside of work as opposed to who you are when you show up to the job. Because in a meritocracy, all of that should matter is your performance, is how well you do. And honestly, if I had some employee that was some psychopath, had crazy psychopath beliefs, it wouldn't really matter to me as long as he could show up to work on time, make the money I need him to make, do what I need him to do in a good way and excel. You know, that's all that matters to me. As soon as you punch out and you're off, go be as weird as you want to be. I don't care what you do. Don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. It's all food for thought. Thanks for watching.